Learn how to boost your revenue today without having to raise your prices. We hear all the time, raise your prices. There's a bunch of pricing strategies out there that make you guess your pricing, not know in a formulaic way. That's for another video. Today, I'm going to show you how to boost your revenue without having to raise your prices. And I'm going to show you on a calculator that I created that's going to show you in real time, in real numbers, how that can happen. Before I get to that, one of the biggest problems that we have as business owners is we have a revenue problem. When we can't afford life, we can't afford to buy a program, we can't afford to hire somebody, we can't afford to hire the right person. All of that leads back down to revenue. Most of our business problems as small business owners is a revenue issue. It's not a business problem. When we have enough revenue, we can solve any problem because we can hire the help required to make it happen or buy the right program and have somebody implement it for us, right? Without us having to learn it for 3 months before we get there. Before I go any further, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll be sharing a bunch of information on how you can grow revenue, how you can get the right pricing formula to know not only what to charge today, but also what to charge in order to be able to pay for your next team member before you ever hire them. How cool is that? So subscribe and like today. Thanks. Now back to growing your revenue without raising your prices. We know that revenue is the biggest problem. If we have enough revenue coming in, we can hire a team. And if we have enough revenue coming in that can afford the team and pay us, then we can take some time off and come back and still be paid instead of taking time off at our expense. So the way to do that, I'm going to share my screen now. And I'm going to share a really quick calculation that's going to blow your mind here. So let me get there. So this is a calculator that I created. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to focus on leads, your lead conversion percentage. And I'm just going to pick a revenue number that's going to be hypothetical for today. But let's say, because the average person that I talk to, they get on average about 10 leads a month. That's 2.5 leads a week. That's like a half a lead a day. The amount of time that it takes to get a half a lead, you're probably putting in less than 30 minutes a day into your lead generation strategy. So if you get 10 leads, and let's say the average is 25%, you convert 25%, that means you get about 2.5 clients a month. If it's less than that, then we'll drop this number down. But let's say you also average $500 a client. And you have you work with them monthly, so you work with them for 3 months minimum. So we're going to say your average client's worth $1,500, which is 3 times 500. If you take 2.5 clients, it equals $3,750 in revenue. With just a 10% increase, and we're not going to increase revenue today. We're going to keep revenue at 500. Let's say you just raise your prices, right? So let's say you're also not going to increase the amount of time that you work with people. It's 3 months and that's it. Your program lasts 3 months and that is it. So with just a 10% increase in the amount of leads that you get, which is instead of 10, you get 11 a month. And with just a 10% increase in your conversion rate, which is going from 25% to 27.5%, you not only increase your clients by over half, right, which is 20%, you're increasing your revenue from 3,700 to 4,500. That's an $800 increase. That's almost a 30% increase. So let's just say we're going to really go crazy here, and you're going to go up so that you get 12 leads a month. That's a 20% increase. Look what just happened to your revenue. You went from 3,750 to 4,900, which is a $1,200 increase, which is almost a 50% increase in your revenue by just increasing the amount of leads from 10 to 12. That's just going from 2.5 to 3 leads a month. That's how easy it is to increase your revenue 30, 50, 100%, because the average business owner that I work with has 10 or less employees, and they're not doing enough to generate enough consistent and persistent enough to generate the amount of conversations that are required for you to have. When you can increase your leads using the strategies that you already know, you can increase your revenues 30, 40, 50, 100%. And you can do it in as little as 4 weeks. Now, I put together a program that takes people through it. And each and every month, I offer 5 people for free to take them through this program. In over 4 weeks, you can see 30 to 100% revenue growth. But for those of you that don't have the time or you come in too late and the 5 are already taken up, focus on your lead generation strategy, the one you're already using. If you're using social media, then use your outreach strategy, your your messaging. Initiate conversations. Don't try to sell before you speak to the people. Just initiate conversation. Something as simple as, hey, we've been connected for a while. I use LinkedIn, so I'm going to use that. We've been connected for a while. It'd be great to learn more about your business, learn what you do, learn who you do it with. I can share the same thing, and maybe there's a fit where we can refer each other to somebody. There's a connection that we can connect each other to, or that chance that we might be a good fit to work and help each other. But we're never going to know if we don't meet. How about it? Boom. Or let's connect live. I'll send the information. Just tell me that you're interested. If you do that strategy and you rinse and repeat the message, keep one thing personalized in it. People like to know that you've taken a little bit of time to learn about them. And it's like, oh, it's like imagine yourself at an event and you're at a networking event and you have your name tag on and you're walking by and somebody says, my name's Jacob. Hey, Jacob. All of a sudden, from being unknown to being known, what happens to us? Boom, we get excited, right? Somebody knows me. You have a little bit more value. That's what you need to do in your direct outreach to generate more leads. What you're looking to do is generate more conversations. You're not looking to do anything else until you talk with them. Now, in your talking strategy, if you leave too many on the table, then that's just a qualifying question problem, which can be helped. I help a lot of people with it, but for right now, just focus on generating more leads. When you generate more leads, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to show you one last time. And again, this strategy here is just going from 10 leads to 12 leads a month, from 10 to 12. How many of you right now are in this number range and could do that? You know that you're not doing enough. And you know that if you did, that you could do this. And your revenue goes from 3750 to 4950. Now let's go crazy, right? Let's take you up to 13 clients. That's a 30% increase. It's going from 10 a month, by the way, not a week, not a day, 10 a month to 13 a month. Look at what happens to the revenue. That's an $1,800 increase in revenue. That's that's 50% increase in your revenue by just focusing on your leads. I didn't even increase the conversion rate. So follow this strategy. It works. Keep it simple, but be persistent and make sure that your messaging is friendly and clear until you have them in front of you. Thank you.